Hi friends, my name is Madison. Welcome back to Seeking Life, a channel dedicated to discovering a worth life living. Today I'm back at the Epoxy Trail, not to hike, but more so just to give an update on where things stand with the channel and me about to be homeless by choice. So, So if you're new here, the plan is to leave my apartment at the end of February of 26. Today marks my last full week here, and we're going to be traveling north to home in Georgia, North Georgia, and going to be selling some stuff and going through what I have in storage there and getting rid of it because I've drug it around for nearly 40 years. I'm ready to get rid of it all. Some of it's really nice furniture and stuff for my grandma, but I have nowhere to store it. You know, with the way that kind of weird that there's this platform just way out there in the middle of nowhere that you can't get to. Anyway, with the way that the world is, you know, I knew years ago there's no chance I'm getting my own home anytime soon. So I decided to just accept the fact, and I've been kind of just moving from place to place, taking all this furniture and stuff with me, and it's old and it's heavy and it's really nice furniture. I can't keep moving it around anymore. It's beginning to be a burden that I don't need it to be. So I need to go do that. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to come back here to pick up my cat. I intend to leave him here for a few days because I don't want him taken back to where we used to live. I don't want him to think that he's going to be able to be a free outdoor kitty again. So I'm going to leave him here for a few days, come back, pick him up, and then I don't know if I'll be stranded in Florida until the next month. But after that, I intend to go home for Easter. And after Easter, I intend to go start making my way. I haven't decided if I'm going to go north or if I'm going to go west yet. I want to go take Route 66. I just haven't figured out which direction I want to go first. Mainly because, you know, you've got to choose between starting in California or starting in Chicago. and I haven't figured out which way I want to go yet. So if you guys have suggestions of which way would be more fun, please leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. But that is the main goal that I want to achieve, at least this year, is slowly making my way through Route 66. At least right now, the plan is to go slow because, well, I'm doing this with only a very limited income that I get every month from being in the military. So, gotta wait on that every month. And then, right now the goal is to just go into a tent and do it that way. But yeah, I don't even have the tent yet. So, I'm gonna switch hands really quick. This place has dried out so much since the last time we were here, like a week or two ago. Look at that. You can see where it kind of looks like you can walk through it. It's wild. But yeah, so don't even have a tent yet. Don't have a sleeping bag yet. I'm working on manifesting a camper for myself and for Buddy, because that'll just make everything so much easier. He'll feel comfortable in a larger space than a small tent or my tiny little Corolla. And part of the reason why, excuse me, there's a hair. Part of the reason why I have put this off for so long was mainly because of my cat Buddy. And I don't want to make him uncomfortable or do something that's going to scare him, or I don't know. I feel like he's going to adapt because he adapted to the, being an indoor cat. He's only escaped once and we got him right back in. I'm going to start harness training him this week, and I'm just hoping to get things going. How y'all doing? But the main thing really is that as time gets closer to move out day next Sunday, fear is definitely creeping in. Fear is definitely creeping in. Fear is definitely trying to say, hey, you shouldn't do this. You should find some sort of job and you should find a way to stay where you are because it's comfortable and it's safe. But at the same time, I know I was killing myself with how much I was working and not being able to give myself the proper rest or focus properly on my energy, which is something I take very seriously. Energy management, especially being an introvert, somebody who doesn't really like to talk to a lot of people because it's draining. That's the main reason. Like, I like talking to people. I enjoy it. But it's one of the most draining things I've ever done. Where it's like back to back to back talking to people. It's just like low battery. So, I've been very, very protective over my energy since I learned about energy and how to make energy work for you and all that. Which, if you want a video on that, let me know down below. I could talk more about energy if you want. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and just acknowledge the fact that I am still human. I am still definitely feeling afraid, especially considering I've got all these things to pay and I don't know how I'm going to pay them. But I have faith that my manifestations will come through and that everything I've wanted will come to me. and that, you know, there's no real reason to worry, because worries only make matters worse. Excuse me, the sweat is it's warm today, y'all. It feels great, but it's warm. But yeah, it's just the feeling that I've had for a few days, and it's only intensified ever since this morning when I woke up. I woke up this morning and was like, oh my gosh, I feel so afraid now. So yeah, I still have faith that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I still have faith that I'm doing the right thing and that I'm on the right path, similar to how I know I'm on the right path right now, because there's a trail in front of me, right? It's just like this. You got a trail in front of you, but it also can look like maybe the trail kind of doesn't exist. Like you're at a crossroads like this right here. It's like you go through this is the more difficult way, this is the easy way. Obviously, this is just an example, you should not go that way, but if life was always the easy path, there would be no growth. So in order to become a better human and a better person, you've got to go through the more difficult path and forge your own way. And I know I'm on the right path because I've been following the path, but I'm to this point now where it's like, okay, it seems a little more sketch. It seems a little more, I don't know, difficult, more scary, more strenuous. But when you take the road less traveled, that is when you know that you're doing something right. You're doing something better. You're doing something that will change your life, because if you follow the same path everyone else is taking, that path is eventually going to get blocked. It's eventually going to come to a standstill because there's going to be too many people trying to go that way. Like, for example, you've got a hurricane coming and you need to evacuate 2 million people, but the highway only accommodates 200,000 people at a time. So, same thing with what's happening with college now, where they got us into the mindset of college is freedom, and now we've had such an influx of college students over the past 25 years or so that all of those jobs are basically impossible to get now, because you've got 1 million people trying to go down a 200,000 person pipeline. So it's better to take the road less traveled, because because not only are you doing something others refuse to do, but you're also doing something that you might be felt called to do. Like for me, I feel called to be traveling this great, wonderful country of ours called the United States of America, and document how beautiful and amazing it is, and the kindness and generosity of people who live here, because we are great people, we are loving people, and this country is just so darn beautiful and so diverse in topography and climate. And I've never lived somewhere where it's like 80 something degrees in February. Like, this is kind of bonkers to me that I'm out here getting a suntan and just drenching in sweat, because it's I live in a subtropical climate right now. and I'm kind of loving it. I don't think I'd be out here doing this in the summertime, but definitely loving what I'm doing out here right now. But yeah, so I'm taking that road less traveled to a road that's been more popularly traveled, like Route 66. I know there's a lot of people fixing to do that this year. I know there's people who've already started doing it, but I've never been west of New Mexico, and I want to see, you know, the beautiful parts of California and Utah and Arizona. I do enjoy the desert. I think Albuquerque is absolutely gorgeous, and I miss it. I've been wanting to go back for 20 years now, but here we are, still. I'm further away from Albuquerque than ever. So, yeah, it's, while I feel afraid, and while I feel some fear for this journey up ahead, apparently it dried out to the point where someone started walking through there and they had to put a cone, because you can tell just how dry that is out there. They're not kidding when we're in a drought. You can see water way back there. This is dry as bone. Yeah, so if you also feel called to do something out of the ordinary, if you also feel called to leave your hometown or, you know, wherever you've been living the past year, if you're feeling called to make a change, then this is your sign that it's time to put whatever that plan was into action, and to start making baby steps to whatever it is that you desire. Whether it's I don't know. I'm not even going to try to assume what you might want. But just know that by taking that first leap of faith, the universe will begin to start rewarding you eventually. It can't keep showing you lack forever unless you keep thinking about lack forever. But the universe has to reward you at some point. It can't just keep giving you nothing. So when you are out here wanting to make a change in your life, just start by doing it. You don't have to know exactly right away when or how things are going to work out, because you're never going to know that. I walked a whole lot further than I wanted to today. But yeah, you can see the water's definitely going down. Yeah, I want to encourage you today to get out there and make one small change to whatever it is you dream of in this lifetime. Whether it, again, I don't know what it is you want, but if you're like me and you want to leave your dead-end job that's just treating you like crap anyway, then figure out a plan and make the leap, make the jump, and God or the universe, the creator, will reward you for it, and you will wind up living your dream life, because it's usually these most scary times where things wind up getting a whole lot better. I remember just last year I was feeling the same feeling when I was about to move here to Florida. things didn't completely work out the way I intended upon when I arrived, but I grew more and more into the person I needed to become in order to take this journey. So it's not always going to look 100% like you thought it would, but it took me a few years to manifest being in Florida, and I made it. I was here. I did my time. I did my almost 1 year living in a tourist area, and let me tell you, I'd rather not live in a tourist area ever again. Although I did fall in love with Myrtle Beach. That's one place I would love to go and have like a condo or something. But yeah, it took me a few years to get here, but I did get here. And that's the part that matters the most, is I did get here, and it's taken us about 5-6 years to manifest this trip that we're going on, because I've had this wanderlust for 5-6 years now, even before I got my cat buddy, and it's only grown in magnitude of how strongly I feel I need to do this. It all started around 2020 when I saw the world was changing, and I wanted to document the way it was before it completely collapsed. And it's not completely collapsed yet, so I still have time, but I do want to capture what I can and just enjoy my life as much as I can, and not go to work for somebody that I don't really care for, or doing work that I don't really care for, or making somebody else rich. So I decided this is what we're going to do. And it is a lot harder to find like dispersed camping on the East Coast, but we'll find places, and we will figure out some way to make this work. And the universe will provide, God will provide, because God always provides. And I'm just going to keep coming out here. I'm going to keep pouring love onto the videos. I'm going to keep showing up. Every once in a while I might take a break, but that's not going to be often. It's going to be once in a while. And just going to keep showing up and showing you guys cool things, and hoping more and more of you will join me along the way, because this is going to be a grand epic adventure, and I'm not doing it in such of a way that I'm cheating or buying followers or whatnot. I'm just doing it organically, just being myself, being authentic. If I'm out of the screen, I apologize. It's so warm out here, I can barely see the screen. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep showing up, keep being my authentic self, and just hoping that one day, hey little lizard, hoping one day you will choose to be your authentic self and choose to create your own happiness instead of letting people's decisions or other external outcomes depict your happiness. I'm a bowl of positivity and light, and I want to shine that so bright on the world. And I know that it's going to happen. I know that eventually I will be known. Not that I want that, but I know that it's going to happen. It's something I've known for a long time, where I'm going to be known worldwide for something. And I'm grateful it's going to be for my positivity and love and light that I pour out there. So how y'all doing? So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about today, was just how I feel a little afraid for what's coming, but I also have faith that I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm hoping that you'll start listening to that little voice in your head too, and you will answer the call, whatever it may be. And as long as it's a positive call, not talking about like anything dumb or anything that could get you arrested. I'm just saying, if you feel like God is calling you to go do something that sounds crazy, then it's probably going to wind up changing your life. And you're probably going to be so grateful that you decided to listen and not just ignore the call, because you are so special, you matter, you are loved, and you are the only one who can carry out your specific mission. And that's why you were given that mission, is so that you will carry it out and bring yourself into the best life you could possibly have. So with that, I'm going to leave you today. Remember, you should think positive and believe miracles will happen, because miracles happen every single day. Just like me coming out here, the gift of life is a miracle. The gift of the wind on my face is a miracle. The sun on my skin is a miracle. And with that said, you're a miracle, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.